Zinedine Yazid Zidane, French pronunciation, Zinedine Zidane, born the 23rd of June 1972, nicknamed Zizou, is a retired French footballer and current manager of Real Madrid. He played as an attacking midfielder for the France national team, Cannes, Bordeaux, Juventus and Real Madrid. An elite playmaker, renowned for his elegance, vision, ball control and technique, Zidane was named the best European footballer of the past 50 years in the UEFA Golden Jubilee poll. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. At club level, Zidane won the La Liga title and the UEFA Champions League with Real Madrid, 2 Serie A League championships with Juventus and an Intercontinental Cup and a UEFA Super Cup each with both aforementioned teams. His 2001 transfer from Juventus to Real Madrid set a world record fee of an equivalent €75 million. His left-foot volleyed winner in the 2002 UEFA Champions League final is considered to be one of the greatest goals in the competition's history. On the international stage with France, Zidane won the 1998 FIFA World Cup, scoring twice in the final, and UEFA Euro 2000 where he was named player of the tournament. The World Cup triumph made him a national hero in France, and he received the Légion d'honneur in 1998. Zidane was named the FIFA World Player of the Year 3 times, in 1998, 2000 and 2003, and won the 1998 Ballon d'Or. He was League One Player of the Year in 1996, Serie A Footballer of the Year in 2001 and La Liga Best Foreign Player in 2002. In 2004, he was named in the FIFA 100, a list of the world's greatest living players compiled by Pelé. Zidane received the Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament at the 2006 World Cup, despite his infamous sending off in the final against Italy for headbutting Marco Materazzi in the chest. Prior to the World Cup, he announced he would retire at the end of the tournament. After retirement, Zidane became assistant coach at Real Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti for the 2013-14 season. After a successful year in which the club won the UEFA Champions League and Copa del Rey, Zidane became the coach of Real Madrid's B team, Real Madrid Castilla. In 2010, Zidane was an ambassador for Qatar's successful bid to stage the 2022 FIFA World Cup, the first Arab country to host the tournament. Zidane is currently the manager of Real Madrid, taking over the position in January 2016. In his first season as manager, Zidane won the UEFA Champions League title. Early life and career Zinedine Yazid Zidane, Arabic, was born on the 23rd of June 1972 in Le Castellane, Marseille, in southern France. Zidane is of Algerian Kabyle descent. His parents, Smail and Malika, emigrated to Paris from the village of Aguemoun in the Berber-speaking region of Kabylie in northern Algeria in 1953 before the start of the Algerian War. The family, which had settled in the city's tough northern districts of Barbès and Saint-Denis, found little work in the region, and in the mid-1960s moved to the northern Marseille suburb of Le Castellane in the 16th arrondissement of Marseille. In 1972, Zidane was born there as the youngest of 5 siblings. His father worked as a warehouseman and night watchman at a department store, often on the night shift, while his mother was a housewife. The family lived a reasonably comfortable life by the standards of the neighborhood, which was notorious throughout Marseille for its high crime and unemployment rates. It was in Castellane where Zidane had his earliest introduction in football, joining in at the age of 5 in football games that the neighborhood's children played on the Place Tartan, an 80 by 12-yard plaza that served as the main square of the housing complex. In July 2011, Zidane named former Marseille players Blaž Sliskovic, Enzo Francescoli and Jean-Pierre Papin as his idols while growing up. At the age of 10, Zidane got his first player's license after joining the junior team of a local club from Castellane by the name of US St. Henry. After spending a year and a half at US St. Henry, Zidane joined So Septims Les Valens when the Septims coach Robert Centenaro convinced the club's director to get Zidane. Zidane stayed with Septims until the age of 14, at which time he was selected to attend a 3-day training camp at the CREPS, Regional Center for Sports and Physical Education, in Aix-en-Provence, one of several such footballing institutes run by the French Football Federation. It was here that Zidane was spotted by his Cannes scout and former player Jean Varad, who recommended him to the training center director of the club. Club career Cannes Zidane went to his Cannes for a 6-week stay, but ended up remaining at the club for 4 years to play at the professional level. Having left his family to join Cannes, he was invited by Cannes director Jean-Claude Elino to leave the dormitory he shared with 20 other trainees and to come and stay with him and his family. Zidane later said that while living with the Elinos he found equilibrium. It was at Cannes where Zidane's first coaches noticed that he was raw and sensitive, prone to attack spectators who insulted his race or family. His first coach, Jean Varad, encouraged him to channel his anger and focus on his own game. Zidane spent his first weeks at Cannes mainly on cleaning duty as a punishment for punching an opponent who mocked his ghetto origins. The occasional violence that he would display throughout his career was shaped by an internal conflict of being an Algerian Frenchman suspended between cultures, and surviving the tough streets of La Castellane where he grew up. Zidane made his professional debut with Cannes on the 18th of May 1989 in a French Division 1 match against Nantes. He scored his first goal for the club on the 10th of February 1991 also against Nantes in a 2-1 win. After the match, during a party for all the Cannes players, Zidane was given a car by Cannes chairman Alain Pedretti, who had promised him one the day he scored his first goal for the club. On the pitch, Zidane displayed extraordinary technique on the ball, offering glimpses of the talent that would take him to the top of the world game. In his first full season with Cannes, the club secured its first ever European football berth by qualifying for the UEFA Cup after finishing fourth in the league. This remains the club's highest finish in the top flight since getting relegated for the first time from the first division in the 1948-49 season. Bordeaux Zidane was transferred to Girondins de Bordeaux in the 1992-93 season, winning the 1995 Intertoto Cup after beating Karlsruhe, and finishing runner-up against Bayern Munich in the 1995-96 UEFA Cup. In 4 years with the club, he played a set of midfield combinations with Bixent Lizarazu and Christophe Dugarry, which would become the trademark of both Bordeaux and the 1998 French national team. In 1995, Blackburn Rovers manager Kenny Dalglish had expressed interest in signing both Zidane and Dugarry, to which team owner and chairman Jack Walker reportedly replied, "Why do you want to sign Zidane when we have Tim Sherwood?" Also towards the beginning of the 1996 season, according to football agent Barry Silkman, Zidane was offered to Newcastle United for £1.2 million, but the club turned down the offer after watching him, claiming that he was not good enough for the English First Division. In 1996, Zidane received the award for League One Player of the Year. Juventus After a series of standout performances for both Bordeaux and France, Zidane had offers to join Europe's top clubs in the spring of 1996, deciding on a move to UEFA Champions League winners Juventus during the close season. Zidane's impact in Italy was immediate, winning the 1996-97 Serie A title and the 1996 Intercontinental Cup. He lost in the 1997 UEFA Champions League final 3-1 to Borussia Dortmund when he was unable to make an impression against the close marking of Paul Lambert. The following season, Zidane scored 7 goals in 32 matches in the league to help Juventus win the 1997-98 Serie A and thus retain the Scudetto. In Europe, Juventus made their third consecutive UEFA Champions League final appearance, but lost the game 1-0 to Real Madrid. In 1998, Zidane was named FIFA World Player of the Year, and won the Ballon d'Or. Juventus finished second in the 2001 Serie A, but were eliminated in the group stage of the Champions League, after Zidane was banned for head-butting Hamburger SV player Jochen Kientz. In 2001, Zidane was named Serie A Foreign Footballer of the Year for the second time. Real Madrid In 2001, Zidane joined Real Madrid for a world record fee of 150 billion Italian lira, about 77.5 million euros, and signed a 4-year contract. The goal has been cited as one of the greatest in Champions League history. The next season, Zidane helped Real Madrid to win the 2002-03 La Liga, starring alongside Luis Figo in midfield, and was named the FIFA World Player of the Year for the third time. In 2004, fans voted him as the best European footballer of the previous 50 years in UEFA's 50th anniversary Golden Jubilee poll. While Zidane's final season of club football ended without a trophy, he enjoyed success on a personal note by scoring his first hat-trick, against Sevilla, in a 4-2 win in January 2006. He ended the season for Real Madrid as their second highest goalscorer and assists provider behind teammates Ronaldo and David Beckham respectively, with 9 goals and 10 assists in 28 games. On the 7th of May 2006, Zidane, who had announced his plans to retire after the 2006 World Cup, played his farewell match and scored in a 3-3 draw with Villarreal. The squad wore commemorative shirts with Zidane 2001-2006 below the club logo. The 80,000 fans inside the Santiago Bernabeu held up a banner reading, "Thanks for the magic." In 2012, Zidane featured for Madrid in an All-Stars match against Manchester United which resulted in a 3-2 win for Real. In April 2013, he was named by Marca as a member of the best foreign 11 in Real Madrid's history. International career Both France France and Algeria consider Zidane a citizen, but he was ineligible to play for the Algerian national team. It was rumored that coach Abdelhamid Kermali denied Zidane a position for the Algerian squad because he felt the young midfielder was not fast enough. However, Zidane dismissed the rumor in a 2005 interview, saying that he would have been ineligible to play for Algeria because he had already played for France. He earned his first cap with France as a substitute in a friendly against the Czech Republic on the 17th of August 1994, which ended in a 2-2 draw after Zidane scored twice to help France erase a 2-0 deficit. After Eric Cantona was handed a year-long suspension in January 1995 for assaulting a fan, Zidane took over the playmaker position. Euro 1996 Despite not being at his best during the tournament, France reached the last four. Zidane was not yet fully established in the French team and his level was quite average during the whole event, but he managed to score in the penalty shootout in both the quarter-final and semi-final. France was eliminated in the Euro 96 semi-finals in a penalty shootout against the Czech Republic. 1998 World Cup The 1998 FIFA World Cup was the first World Cup that Zidane participated in. It was held in his home country France. The French team won all three games in the group stage, but Zidane was sent off in the second match against Saudi Arabia for a stamp on Fouad Anwar, becoming the first French player to receive a red card in a World Cup finals. Without their playmaker, France proceeded to win 1-0 in the last 16 game against Paraguay and, on his return to the side, defeated Italy 4-3 on penalties after a goalless draw in the quarter-finals. France then defeated Croatia 2-1 in the semi-final. Zidane played a major role in the team's accomplishment, though he had yet to score a goal at the World Cup. Zidane and France went on to play against defending champions and favorites Brazil at the Stade de France in the 1998 FIFA World Cup final. France dominated Brazil from the kickoff, with Zidane scoring two similar goals, both headers from corner kicks taken by Emmanuel Petit and Yuri Djorkaeff. Courtesy of Zidane's two goals, France went into the halftime break 2-0 up with one hand already on the World Cup trophy. Petit added a third goal deep in stoppage time to seal the 3-0 win and France's first ever World Cup. Zidane became an instant national hero, and over 1 million people celebrated the victory on the Champs-Élysées, where a huge image of Zidane was projected on the Arc de Triomphe along with the words Merci Zizou. Euro 2000 2 years later, France won Euro 2000, becoming the first team to hold both the World Cup and the European Championship since West Germany in 1974. Zidane finished with 2 goals, a memorable bending free kick against Spain in the quarter-final and the golden goal in the semi-final against Portugal, and was named player of the tournament by UEFA. 2002 World Cup As reigning world and European champions, France entered the 2002 World Cup as favorites, but a thigh injury prevented Zidane from playing in France's first 2 matches, and without their talisman, the French team failed to score in either match. He was rushed back prematurely for the third game despite not being fully fit, but could not prevent France from being ignominiously eliminated in the group stage without scoring a single goal, the worst performance by a defending champion in the history of the competition. Euro 2004 At Euro 2004, France topped their group with wins over England and Switzerland, before being knocked out in the quarter-finals by eventual champions Greece in a surprise 1-0 loss. In the opening match against England, Zidane scored a free kick and penalty in stoppage time to turn defeat into a 2-1 victory for France. After France's elimination, Zidane announced his retirement from international football. 2006 World Cup With the mass retirement of veteran key players such as Bixent Lizarazu, Marcel Desailly, Claude Makelele and Lilian Thuram, France struggled to qualify for the 2006 World Cup. At the urging of coach Raymond Dominic, Zidane came out of retirement and was immediately reinstated as team captain. Zidane, along with Thuram and Makelele, made his competitive return for France in a 3-0 win over the Faroe Islands on the 3rd of September 2005. The trio helped France rise from 4th place to win their qualifying group. On the 27th of May 2006, Zidane earned his 100th cap for France in a 1-0 friendly win over Mexico, in what would also be his last match at the Stade de France. Zidane became France's 4th player to reach 100 caps, after Desailly, Thuram and Didier Deschamps. France had a slow start to the 2006 World Cup and, after being suspended for the final match of the group stage, Zidane returned to set up a goal for Patrick Vieira and score one himself in the second-round match against Spain. In the quarter-final, France held Brazil to just 1 shot on goal in the rematch of the 1998 final. Zidane assisted Thierry Henry's deciding goal and he was named man of the match by FIFA. France faced Portugal in the semi-final and, as in Brussels 6 years years earlier, Zidane's penalty kick decided the contest and sent France to another major final. Before the 2006 World Cup final in Berlin, Zidane was awarded the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament, having already announced he was to retire after the expiration of his Real Madrid contract at the end of the 2005-06 season. The world of football already knew Zidane's second World Cup final was to be the last match of his career. He almost scored a second goal during the first period of extra time, but his header was saved by Italy's goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon. Zidane was then sent off in the 110th minute of the game after headbutting Marco Materazzi in the chest, so he did not participate in the penalty shootout, which Italy won 5-3. Zidane's actions made headlines all over the world, while in France Le Figaro called his headbutt odious, and the front page of L'Équipe asked, "What should we tell our children, for whom you have become an example forever? How could that happen to a man like you?" Upon his return to France, the Place de la Concorde in Paris was filled with thousands of fans waving flags and rhythmically chanting Zizou, Zizou, and tributes were led by the French President Jacques Chirac. Chirac's words reflected the feeling of the French public, with polls done in the immediate wake of the incident showing support for Zidane. 61% of French people said they had already forgiven him for his actions, while 52% said they understood them. According to French journalist Philippe Auclair, Zidane's performances in the knockout rounds were ranked among his finest in a blue shirt. As the player of the tournament, Zidane had given the team hope, with the French daily newspaper Libération stating, "For a month, France was dreaming with Zidane. Zidane remained an icon to the French public," and one French writer stated, "It's good for us to see our national hero is fallible." It was later discovered through interviews that Marco Materazzi had insulted Zidane's sister, which led to Zidane's heightened anger and reaction. In 2010, Zidane said that he would rather die than apologize to Materazzi for the headbutt in the final, but also admitted that he could never have lived with himself had he been allowed to remain on the pitch and help France win the match. He later said, "If you look at the 14 red cards I had in my career, 12 of them were a result of provocation. This isn't justification, this isn't an excuse, but my passion, temper and blood made me react." Following his red card in the final, Zidane retired from professional football and confirmed that he would not go back on his decision. He was sentenced by FIFA to a 3-match suspension for the red card. He agreed to complete 3 days of community service with children in one of FIFA's humanitarian projects. Zidane ended up tying with Brazil's CAFU for the record for most cards given in World Cup matches, with 6. Retirement. Since his retirement, Zidane has regularly played for the Real Madrid veterans team. He has also made several futsal appearances. In an interview in June 2008, Zidane stated that he wanted to return to football, but that he had no immediate plans to do so. On the 1st of June 2009, Zidane was announced as the advisor to the president after Florentino Perez was named president of Real Madrid for the second time. He, along with general director Jorge Valdano and sporting director Miguel Pardeza, were to be the key decision-makers on the sporting side of the club. After France's dismal campaign in the 2010 World Cup, Zidane said that he did not plan to move into coaching anytime soon. Qatar's 2022 World Cup bid committee announced in September 2010 that Zidane had been appointed as an ambassador for Qatar's attempt to host the 2022 World Cup. After FIFA announced on the 2nd of December 2010 that Qatar had won the bid to host the 2022 World Cup, Zidane stated that he was very pleased with the outcome. Zidane spoke of the message he was trying to convey in the campaign. "I was saying that football belonged to the whole world. I'm proud to have made my contribution to a new country getting the World Cup. Qatar and the entire Middle East as a whole deserves this event, and that makes me happy. It's a victory for the Arab world." Charity activities. On the 24th of February 2007, before a crowd of 10,000 fans at a match in northern Thailand for the Kyadoorun Children's AIDS charity, Zidane scored the first goal and set up the second for a Malaysian teammate as the match ended 2-2. The event raised 260,000 bahts, $7,750. This money paid for the building of 2 schools and 16 3-bedroom houses. On the 19th of November 2008, Zidane took part in the 5th annual match against Poverty in Malaga, Spain, which also ended in a 2-2 draw. He went scoreless but set up his team's second goal. He and Ronaldo, who collaborated in conceiving the yearly event to benefit the United Nations Development Program, regularly captained their respective teams consisting of active footballers, other professional athletes and celebrities. Zidane, a UN Goodwill ambassador ambassador since 2001, stated before the game that everyone can do something to make the world a better place. In June and July 2009, Zidane toured across Canada with stops in Toronto, Montreal and Vancouver. Although billed as Zidane and Friends, the likes of which included Fabien Barthez and Samuel Eto'o, the exhibition matches featured local players. Tournament organizers cited lack of sponsorship and support from the Canadian Soccer Association for the disorganized rosters. Some proceeds were given to UNICEF. On the 6th of June 2010, Zidane took part in the biennial charity event Soccer Aid. He played for the Rest of the World team, managed by former Liverpool and Celtic forward Kenny Dalglish against England alongside former Real Madrid teammate Luis Figo and Celtic legend Henrik Larsson. He played against former players such as Teddy Sheringham and Alan Shearer, as well as celebrities such as Hollywood actors Woody Harrelson, Mike Myers, Michael Sheen, chef Gordon Ramsay and singer Robbie Williams. The match took place at Old Trafford in Manchester and was won by the Rest of the World for the first time, the winning penalty scored by Harrelson, after a 2-2 draw. On the 2nd of June 2013, Zidane took part in a charity match played at Old Trafford as part of the Manchester United Legends vs. Real Madrid Legends reverse fixture. The first leg took place in Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, part of a team that included the likes of Figo, Fernando Redondo and Manolo Sanches. The fixture raised funds for the Manchester United Foundation. Managerial career In November 2010, Zidane was appointed as a special advisor to Real Madrid's first team in response to an appeal made by then Real Madrid coach José Mourinho for the former Real midfielder to work more closely with the team. In his new role, Zidane was expected to participate in Champions League events and functions and was also to travel with the first team on a regular basis and participate in pre-match gatherings, training sessions and meetings with the head coach. In July 2011, it was announced that he would become Real Madrid's new sporting director. In 2013, Zidane was appointed assistant coach to Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. Real Madrid Castilla In June 2014, Real Madrid announced that Zidane will be the coach of Real Madrid's B team, Real Madrid Castilla. On the 29th of August, the director of the Spanish National Football Coach Education Center, CENAFE, Miguel Galen, reported Zidane for acting as Real Madrid Castilla's head coach without the necessary coaching badges. According to Galen, no one who has anything to do with the football world can be unaware that Zidane is acting as Real Madrid Castilla's head coach this season. It is a fait accompli that has been widely accepted, as shown by media reports, and Real Madrid do not deny it. While the official match report for Castilla's opening game in the Segunda Division B lists Santiago Sanchez as the Los Blancos head coach and Zidane as his assistant, Galen states, this hierarchy only exists on paper. The truth is the exact opposite. Zidane is acting as Real Madrid Castilla's head coach, while, with all due respect to him as a colleague, Mr. Sanchez's role basically boils down to providing the badges. Real Madrid 2015-16. On the 4th of January 2016, Real Madrid announced the dismissal of manager Rafael Benitez, and on the same day Zidane was appointed the new manager of the club on a 2.5-year deal. His first match as the club's new manager took place 5 days later, when Real Madrid beat Deportivo de La Coruña 5-0 in a La Liga match. In his first El Clásico as a manager, held on the 2nd of April at the Camp Nou, Zidane led his club to a 2-1 win over Barcelona to end Barca's 39-match unbeaten run. Zidane thus became the first Real Madrid manager to win his first Clásico match since Bernd Schuster in December 2007. On the 4th of May, Zidane led Real Madrid to a place in the 2016 UEFA Champions League final by beating Manchester City 1-0 on aggregate. Real Madrid finished runners-up, just 1 point behind Barcelona, in La Liga. In the Champions League final on the 28th of May, Real Madrid defeated fellow Madrid club Atletico Madrid in a penalty shootout. Zidane became the 7th man to win the European Cup, UEFA Champions League as both a player and a manager, the 2nd man, after Miguel Muñoz, to win the trophy with Real Madrid as both a player and a manager, and the first French manager to win the trophy. 2016-17. On the 18th of September 2016, Real Madrid defeated Espanyol 2-0 away to post a club record 16th consecutive La Liga victory, overtaking their previous record of 15 set in 1960-61 and equaling the record of consecutive La Liga wins of Barcelona set in 2010-11. On the 18th of December 2016, Real Madrid defeated Japanese club Kashima Antlers 4-2 in the final of the 2016 FIFA Club World Cup, with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick. On the 12th of January January 2017, Madrid's draw against Sevilla FC in the second leg of the Copa del Rey round of 16 saw him with 40 consecutive matches without a loss, creating a new Spanish record, beating Luis Enrique's record of 39 matches undefeated with Barcelona. Reception and legacy . Many authoritative voices have acclaimed Zidane's skills and importance in the history of football, such as Brazil coach Carlos Alberto Pereira, who called Zidane a monster for his performance and abilities. German coach Franz Beckenbauer stated, "Zidane is one of the greatest players in history, a truly magnificent player." Italy's manager Marcello Lippi, who has also coached Zidane, opined, "I think Zidane is the greatest talent we've known in football these last 20 years, yet he never played the prima donna. I am honored to have been his manager." Former England manager Kevin Keegan said, "You look at Zidane and think, I've never seen a player quite like that. Diego Maradona was a great player. Johan Cruyff was a great player. They were different, but with similarities. What sets Zidane apart is the way he manipulates a football, buying himself space that isn't there. Add his vision and it makes him very special." At the 1998 World Cup, Italian manager Cesare Maldini said, "I would give up 5 players to have Zidane in my squad." Among his playing peers, Swedish striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic commented, "Zidane was from another planet. When Zidane stepped onto the pitch, the 10 other guys just got suddenly better. It is that simple." David Beckham has described Zidane as the greatest of all time. Barcelona star Xavi has stated in a 2010 interview that Zidane was the 90s and early 2000s best player, while Brazilian defender and former Madrid teammate Roberto Carlos has said of Zidane, "He is the best player I've seen." Supporters arrived earlier at the Bernabeu just to see him warm up. Brazilian playmaker Ronaldinho stated, "Zidane is one of the best footballers of all time, one of my idols. He had such elegance and grace, a wonderful touch and superb vision." Belgian midfielder Eden Hazard believes Zidane is the best ever, displaying skills with an array of moves such as his signature La Roulette pirouette, step-overs and close ball control. Former Brazilian international Rivaldo enjoyed watching Zidane more than any other player, stating, "His elegance of movement on the pitch and his skills are uncanny." Spanish midfielder Xabi Alonso opined, "What he could do with a football is a dream for most of us." In 2005, upon Zidane's return to the French national team, his teammate Thierry Henry stated, "In France, everybody realized that God exists, and that he is back in the French international team. God is back, there is little left to say. Zidane is a phenomenon." Zidane has been named FIFA World Player of the Year 3 times, a feat achieved only by Ronaldo, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. In 2002, ESPN described Zidane as the greatest player in the world's biggest game. In a 2002 FIFA poll, Zidane was selected in the FIFA World Cup Dream Team. In 2004, he was voted UEFA Best European Player of the past 50 years, and was named in the FIFA 100 list of the world's greatest living players. When UEFA.com asked players, journalists and their users to crown the best player in the UEFA Champions League of the past 20 years, in 2011, Zidane topped the poll ahead of Messi. In a 2004 poll conducted by French newspaper Journal du Dimanche, Zidane was voted as the most popular Frenchman of all time. In 2014, in a poll carried out by French TV channel TF1, Zidane was voted as the best player in the history of the French league ahead of other French football legends, such as Michel Platini and Raymond Kopa. In 2016, in a study led by French newspaper Le Parisien, Zidane was named best French player of all time. In popular culture Zidane has had endorsements with many companies, including Adidas, Lego, France Telecom, Orange, Audi, Volvic and Christian Dior. These sponsorship deals earned him €8.6 million on top of his €6.4 million Real Madrid salary in 2006, totaling €15 million, $20.4 million, which made him the 6th highest paid footballer. In 2004, Forbes magazine listed his earnings of $15.8 million for the previous 12 months. In May 2010, Zidane appeared in a commercial for Louis Vuitton, indulging in a game of table football with Pelé and Diego Maradona. In 2005, filmmakers Felipe Pereno and Douglas Gordon filmed a documentary Zidane, a 21st-century portrait, which follows Zidane during an entire match, filmed with 17 cameras. Scottish post-rock band Mogwai provided the soundtrack. The documentary was part of the 2009 full-frame documentary film festival. In November 2006, Zidane toured Bangladesh as the guest of Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus. He also visited the Algerian birthplace of his parents, and met personally with Algerian President Abdelaziz Bouteflika, who gave him an official reception. In 2012, Algerian artist Adel Abdessamed unveiled a bronze sculpture depicting Zidane's headbutt of Marco Materazzi. On the 5 November 2006, Zidane appeared in the American animated sitcom Family Guy, seen headbutting an old lady in the episode Saving Private Brian as a parody of his headbutt on Materazzi in the 2006 World Cup final. The infamous headbutt has also been the subject of a lyrical essay by the Belgian novelist Jean-Philippe Toussaint entitled La Mélancolie de Zidane, 2006. In 2010, footage of Zidane appeared in the Waka Waka music video by Shakira, which shows him celebrating France winning the 1998 World Cup. In 2014, Australian sports presenter Les Murray collaborated with the band Vaudeville Smash and performed a Zidane tribute song. The accompanying video featuring 4 footballers performing ball tricks in Zidane masks, one of whom ends up headbutting a night watchman. Personal life. At the age of 17, Zidane met his future wife, Veronique Fernandez, born in Aveyron of Spanish descent, while playing for Cannes in the 1988-89 season. Married in 1994, they have 4 sons: Enzo Alan Zidane Fernandez, born the 24th of March 1995; Luca Zinedine Zidane Fernandez, born the 13th of May 1998; Theo Zidane Fernandez, born the 18th of May 2002; and Elias Zidane Fernandez, born the 26th of December 2005. All 4 boys are members of the Real Madrid Academy. Enzo is a midfielder while Luca is a goalkeeper in Real Madrid Castilla. Theo, midfielder, is in Cadit B and Elias, midfielder, in Alaven A. Zidane has described himself as a non-practicing Muslim. Career statistics player club international managerial statistics as of the 21st of May 2017 honors player club Bordeaux UEFA Intertoto Cup 1995 Juventus Serie A 1996-97 1997-98 Supercoppa Italiana 1997 UEFA Super Cup 1996 Intercontinental Cup 1996 UEFA Intertoto Cup 1999 Real Madrid La Liga 2002-3 Supercopa de España 2001 2003 UEFA Champions League 2001-2 UEFA Super Cup 2002 Intercontinental Cup 2002 International France FIFA World Cup 1998 UEFA European Football Championship 2000 Runners-up FIFA World Cup 2006 Manager Club Real Madrid La Liga 2016-17 UEFA Champions League 2015-16 UEFA Super Cup 2016 FIFA Club World Cup 2016 individual Player League 1 Young Player of the Year 1994 League 1 Player of the Year 1996 Serie A Foreign Footballer of the Year 1997 2001 FIFA World Player of the Year Bronze Award 1997 2002 ESM Team of the Year 1997-98 2001-2 2002-3 2003-4 UEFA Club Midfielder of the Year 1998 L'Équipe Champion of Champions 1998 FIFA World Cup All-Star Team 1998 2006 FIFA World Cup Final Man of the Match 1998 World Soccer Awards Player of the Year 1998 French Player of the Year 1998 2002 Ons d'Or 1998 2000 2001 Ballon d'Or 1998 FIFA World Player of the Year 1998 2000 2003 FIFA She 1998 El País European Player of the Year 1998 2001 2002 2003 UEFA Euro Player of the Tournament 2000 UEFA Euro Team of the Tournament 2000 2004 Serie A Footballer of the Year 2001 UEFA Team of the Year 2001 2002 2003 UEFA Champions League Final Man of the Match 2002 La Liga Best Foreign Player 2002 UEFA Club Footballer of the Year 2002 FIFA World Cup Dream Team 2002 FIFA 100-2004 UEFA Best European Player of the Past 50 Years 2004 FIFA FIFPro World She 2005 2006 IFFHS World's Best Playmaker 2006 FIFA World Cup Golden Ball 2006 FIFA World Player of the Year Silver Award 2006 UNFP Honorary Award 2007 Marco Leyenda Award 2008 Golden Foot Legend Award 2008 ESPN Team of the Decade 2009 ESPN Player of the Decade 2009 Sports Illustrated Player of the Decade 2009 Laureus Lifetime Achievement Award 2011 UEFA Team of Teams 2011 UEFA Champions League Best Player of the Past 20 Years 2011 Equipe Type Spatial 20 ANs des Trophées UNFP 2011 World Soccer Greatest She of All Time 2013 UEFA Ultimate Team of the Year Substitute Published 2015. UEFA Euro All-Time Sheet 2016. Manager. UEFA La Liga Team Revelation of the Year 2016. UEFA Champions League Breakthrough Sheet 2016. IFFHS World's Best Club Coach. Runner-up 2016. Best FIFA Men's Coach. Runner-up 2016. French Manager of the Year 2016. La Bouter Coach of the Year 2017. UEFA La Liga Team of the Year 2017. Order == 5th class, Knight, Chevalier de la Légion d'honneur, 1998. 3rd class, Author de l'Ordre du Mérite National, 2006. 4th class, Officer, Officier de la Légion d'honneur, 2009. Records Oldest player to win the FIFA World Cup Golden Ball, 34 years and 17 days. Oldest goalscorer in a FIFA World Cup final match, 34 years and 17 days. Most goals scored in FIFA World Cup final matches, 3 goals, shared with Pelé, Vava and Jeff Hurst. Most FIFA World Cup final matches scored in 2 matches, shared with Pelé, Vava and Paul Breitner. Most yellow cards received in FIFA World Cup matches, 6, shared with CAFU and Rafael Marquez. Most red cards received in FIFA World Cup matches, 2, shared with Rigobert Song. Best winning streak in the history of La Liga, 16 games, shared with Pep Guardiola. Longest unbeaten run in Real Madrid history, 40 games. Longest unbeaten run in Spanish football, 40 games. Notes and references external links Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid, English, Spanish. Zinedine Zidane, FIFA competition record. Zinedine Zidane at the Internet Movie Database. Zinedine Zidane collected news and commentary. The New York Times.